The story begins in the confined, dimly lit garage, a place usually associated with domestic routine and shared projects. Mia watches Jason under the flickering overhead light, her pulse quickening with a mix of curiosity and unease. The air is heavy, laden with unspoken tension, as she observes his seemingly harmless interaction with Claire. Every laugh, every casual touch is magnified in her mind, transforming ordinary gestures into sharp, electric sparks of suspicion and dread. Suddenly, Mia's phone captures Jason's flirtation, an accidental recording that freezes the moment in digital permanence. She sees him guiding Claire's hand over a tool, laughing too closely, speaking with a familiarity that sends a jolt through her chest. Shock and disbelief flood her senses. Her mind races to reconcile the man she loves with the betrayal unfolding before her eyes. This subtle, almost innocent interaction becomes a devastating mirror of Jason's infidelity. Mia's emotions collide violently. Fear, love, anger, and disbelief intertwine, leaving her paralyzed, yet burning with inner turmoil. Dialogue between her and Jason is clipped, each word weighted, as he remains oblivious to the storm in her heart. Holding the video evidence, her hands tremble, the weight of choice pressing down. Confront him now and risk explosion, or retreat to process the heartbreak alone. This moment establishes the story's core conflict: betrayal, trust, and the fragility of love. Mia, in her early 30s, is a driven marketing professional who has worked tirelessly to climb the corporate ladder. Her dedication to career success is balanced with a deep commitment to family life, often putting others' needs above her own. Years of trusting Jason, despite subtle red flags, have left her sensitive to compromise and insecurity. Her younger sister, Emily, frequently reminds her not to sacrifice her happiness for love, adding a layer of internal conflict and caution. Jason embodies charm and ambition, but carries an undercurrent of entitlement and manipulation. In public and at home, he carefully crafts a facade of devotion, masking his flirtatious tendencies and desire for control. While seemingly hardworking, his late nights and secretive behavior increasingly strain the household dynamic. Beneath his charm lies a calculated, self-serving nature, creating tension for Mia, whose intuition senses cracks in their marriage, even as she struggles to fully confront the truth. Supporting characters further illuminate Mia's world and choices. Claire, the vibrant neighbor, unintentionally triggers conflict, her presence highlighting Jason's duplicity. Tanya, Mia's loyal best friend, offers pragmatic advice and emotional grounding, balancing Mia's impulse to forgive with the reality of betrayal. Amid juggling a demanding career, household responsibilities, and the growing uncertainty surrounding Jason, Mia faces intertwined emotional and practical stakes. Her self-respect, career stability, and the very foundation of her marriage hang in a delicate balance. The triggering event unfolds as Mia, trembling and heart-pounding, finally confronts Jason with the video evidence. At first, he dismisses her concerns with practiced charm, denying any wrongdoing. When Mia presses, his responses shift subtly to gaslighting, suggesting she's overreacting or misinterpreting harmless interactions. Every word, tone, and gesture intensifies the tension, leaving Mia uncertain whether to trust her own eyes or doubt herself. The confrontation exposes the first real fracture in their seemingly normal life. The situation escalates when Claire drops by unexpectedly, innocently unaware of the brewing storm. Her presence turns ordinary domesticity into a charged arena of unspoken truths, amplifying Mia's emotional turmoil. Shock, betrayal, and anger swirl together, and a minor confrontation quickly ignites into a full-blown argument. Voices rise, words cut deep, and Jason storms out, leaving Mia alone in the silence of the aftermath, questioning not only her marriage, but her own judgment and reality. Determined not to be passive, Mia resolves to investigate Jason's behavior. She begins piecing together clues, late-night texts, suspicious transactions, unusual expenses, and odd patterns in his behavior. Using social media, surveillance footage, and careful observation, she transitions from shocked observer to active investigator. This decision propels the narrative forward, shifting the story from emotional devastation to strategic action. Mia's growing awareness marks the start of the central conflict, setting the stage for both suspense and personal transformation. The escalation begins as Mia uncovers undeniable proof of Jason's ongoing affair, hidden messages, secret dates, and evidence he cannot plausibly deny. Each discovery fuels a storm of conflicting emotions: anger at his betrayal, heartbreak over shattered trust, jealousy toward Claire, and shame that she hadn't recognized the truth sooner. Mia feels trapped between confronting Jason and maintaining appearances in her professional and social life, creating a constant, gnawing tension that colors every interaction. Complications multiply as Jason becomes increasingly defensive and controlling. Sensing Mia's growing suspicion, he manipulates conversations, questions her motives, and subtly undermines her confidence, heightening her sense of entrapment. Meanwhile, friends and family offer conflicting advice. Some urge immediate confrontation, others advocate silence and caution, leaving Mia uncertain whom to trust. The external pressure compounds her internal struggle, forcing her to navigate a minefield of relationships, while processing the emotional devastation of a marriage unraveling before her eyes. Amidst the chaos, Mia begins emotionally isolating herself, immersing in work and late-night routines to distract from her vulnerability. Tension peaks in moments where she inadvertently witnesses intimate exchanges between Jason and Claire, each scene cutting deeper into her psyche. These experiences ignite a dual response: a desire for subtle revenge and a determination to reclaim her autonomy. Through plotting and self-empowerment, Mia shifts from passive victim to an active agent, setting the stage for her transformation and eventual confrontation. The turning point arrives as Mia orchestrates a scenario designed to expose Jason and Claire's affair beyond doubt. Whether at a social gathering or through a strategically timed reveal of meticulously collected evidence, the truth becomes undeniable to everyone present. Mia stands composed and confident, a stark contrast to Jason's unraveling facade. Her careful planning ensures that his charm and manipulations cannot shield him, marking a moment where her empowerment eclipses his deceit. The emotional explosion is immediate and overwhelming. Accusations fly, tears are shed, and raw emotion saturates the scene. Jason faces public humiliation, forced to confront the consequences of his repeated betrayals. Claire, initially caught off guard, begins to recognize the manipulation she was entangled in. The intensity of the confrontation leaves no room for denial, shattering the illusions Jason maintained and forcing all involved to reckon with the emotional fallout of deceit and broken trust. In a twist, Mia uncovers a hidden secret from Jason's past, evidence of similar patterns of betrayal in his previous relationships. This revelation reframes her understanding of his behavior. She is not his first victim, and the cycle of manipulation has deeper roots. Instead of leaving her powerless, this knowledge empowers her, giving clarity and purpose. She realizes she can break the cycle, not just expose him, and reclaim control over her life, setting the stage for resolution and personal transformation. The rebuilding phase begins as Mia decisively leaves Jason, taking the first steps toward reclaiming her independence and personal power. She reconnects with supportive friends and family, finding emotional grounding in those who truly care for her well-being. Through shared experiences, laughter, and meaningful conversation, Mia rediscovers trust, joy, and a sense of self-worth that had been eroded. Gradually, she embraces her own voice, no longer defined by Jason's deceit or approval. Mia applies the lessons learned from her turbulent marriage to establish firm boundaries in her personal and professional life. She pursues her ambitions with renewed focus, unburdened by guilt or fear of judgment. Her decisions are guided by self-respect and intentionality, balancing career growth with emotional health. This deliberate self-empowerment reflects a transformation from victimhood to agency, showing that she is capable of shaping her life on her own terms, and with unwavering confidence. Meanwhile, Jason faces tangible consequences for his actions, whether social embarrassment, career setbacks, or isolation from those who once supported him. Witnessing his downfall reinforces the legitimacy of Mia's choices, but does not define her journey. Instead, she channels her pain into personal growth and resilience, demonstrating that empowerment comes from self-reclamation rather than vengeance. Her quiet strength and measured triumph resonate emotionally, leaving a lasting impression of healing, justice, and the enduring power of recall. The emotional closure begins with Mia in her new apartment, a space that reflects both her independence and newfound strength. She methodically organizes tools she's purchased herself, objects that carry literal utility, but also symbolize rebuilding her life on her own terms. Each placement and adjustment mirrors her internal journey, a deliberate act of reclaiming control. In this quiet, purposeful routine, Mia recognizes the distance she's traveled from dependence to self-sufficiency, solidifying her personal empowerment. As she pauses, Mia reflects on the journey of betrayal and heartbreak, acknowledging her resilience and self-worth. Her internal mantra, "I let go, not because I forgave him, but because I chose myself," captures the essence of her emotional growth. She understands that closure doesn't require reconciliation with Jason. It requires embracing her autonomy and prioritizing her well-being. This moment crystallizes her transformation, highlighting courage, clarity, and the deliberate decision to place herself above past pain. The scene concludes with a quiet, cathartic affirmation of connection and celebration. A text from Emily or Tanya appears, congratulating Mia on her freedom and new chapter. She smiles, genuinely at peace, a reflection of internal harmony after turmoil. The audience is left with a sense of resolution. Heartbreak, betrayal, and injustice have been addressed. Mia's story resonates as a powerful testament to self-respect, resilience, and the enduring capacity for personal empowerment. Witnessing his downfall reinforces the legitimacy of Mia's choices, but does not define her journey. Instead, she channels her pain into personal growth and resilience, demonstrating that empowerment comes from self-reclamation rather than vengeance. Her quiet strength and measured triumph resonate emotionally, leaving a lasting impression of healing, justice, and the enduring power of recall. The emotional closure begins with Mia in her new apartment, a space that reflects both her independence and newfound strength. She methodically organizes tools she's purchased herself, objects that carry literal utility, but also symbolize rebuilding her life on her own terms. Each placement and adjustment mirrors her internal journey, a deliberate act of reclaiming control. In this quiet, purposeful routine, Mia recognizes the distance she's traveled from dependence to self-sufficiency, solidifying her personal empowerment. As she pauses, Mia reflects on the journey of betrayal and heartbreak, acknowledging her resilience and self-worth. Her internal mantra, "I let go, not because I forgave him, but because I chose myself," captures the essence of her emotional growth. She understands that closure doesn't require reconciliation with Jason. It requires embracing her autonomy and prioritizing her well-being. This moment crystallizes her transformation, highlighting courage, clarity, and the deliberate decision to place herself above past pain. The scene concludes with a quiet, cathartic affirmation of connection and celebration. A text from Emily or Tanya appears, congratulating Mia on her freedom and new chapter. She smiles, genuinely at peace, a reflection of internal harmony after turmoil. The audience is left with a sense of resolution. Heartbreak, betrayal, and injustice have been addressed. Mia's story resonates as a powerful testament to self-respect, resilience, and the enduring capacity for personal empowerment.